downrange. Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Avionics power and telemetry nominal.
T plus 48 seconds after liftoff, Falcon 9 leaving Earth under 1.7 million pounds of thrust. We're throttling the 9 Merlin engines right now as we get ready for the period of a maximum dynamic pressure as the vehicle goes supersonic.
Vehicle is supersonic.
We've heard a call out, vehicle is supersonic. The Merlin engines have throttled back up. We're through the period of maximum dynamic pressure. We've heard call out, propulsion is nominal. Avionics is reporting nominal status also.
Vehicle has passed through maximum aerodynamic pressure.
Next activity we should hear call out is the start of MVAC chill. That's again preparing the turbo pump on the second stage. And we've heard the call that the chill looks good.
Hawthorne acquisition of signal.
Hawthorne acquisition of signal. That means our antenna here at Hawthorne has also acquired the first stage and the second stage. Now, next major activity coming up in just about half a minute, shutdown of the 9 Merlin engines, followed by stage separation, ignition of the second stage engine, and then immediately after that, we will flip the first stage and do a boost back burn as part of the landing sequence. Getting a good view from onboard camera. The ground cameras aren't able to follow the rocket due to the fog today.
Eco. Stage 1 is entered as flip. In recognition. Stage 1's in boost back burn.
We've heard the call out. Stage 1 is in the boost back burn. The second stage successfully separated and lit. Getting some great views from space. The sunlight was right. We'd be getting some great plume illumination, but it's a little early in the morning still here on the West Coast. Boost back burn continuing.
Fairing separation confirmed.
Stage 1 boost back shutdown.
We've heard the call out, boost back shutdown, and on the right hand side we've got fairing separation. The 10 Iridium Next satellites now exposed to the vacuum of space. Now the boost back burn that we just saw on the left screen, the first stage did a burn that had some velocity that canceled part of its downrange speed. It won't return all the way to Vandenberg, but it is headed to the drone ship that's about 235 kilometers downrange.
Stage 2 is following a nominal trajectory.
That call out, stage 2 following a nominal trajectory. What we like to hear, second stage going right down between the predefined limits on the map that I'm looking at, showing that we're on target, we're on course. Pressurization temps, that's the hot helium we inject in the second stage, look good as we continue on into the burn of the second stage. Now currently we're about 4 minutes and 20 seconds into flight. The first stage has reached apogee. While it was lighting its engines a minute ago, it continued to climb. It's now reached the highest point called apogee. It's now beginning to descend to the drone ship in the Pacific Ocean. Some nice views from space, especially compared to what the fog did to our cameras at ground level. Second stage continues to be nominal. The upper stage engine is at full power. Everything's looking good. Now coming up next in less than half a minute is the entry burn. That'll be like the boost back burn we had a couple minutes ago. We're going to use the same 3 restartable first stage engines. We light the center engine, and then a second later, we light the 2 outboard engines. And that'll slow us down to prepare us to go subsonic and get ready for the burn that will land us, hopefully, on the drone ship.
Stage 1's in entry burn.
Heard the call out, stage 1's in entry burn. You can see 2 of the titanium grid fins back illuminated by the burn from the 3 Merlin 1D engines.
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
Shutdown of the entry burn. We're at 6 minutes and 15 seconds. In about 30 seconds, we're going to have the landing burn. Now, as a reminder,
Stage 1
the
FPS
weather
has
and the sea
saved.
conditions are fairly rough. They're the worst that we've ever had for trying to get a first stage back on the drone ship. So it's going to be a little bit iffy here this morning. Meanwhile, second stage continues to be on trajectory, performance looking good. Now when we light the engine, we'll be down to about 650 miles an hour, and then in 30 seconds,
Stage 1's transonic.
we will be landing.
Stage 1 landing burn startup.
Waiting for the downlink from the drone ship or from the Falcon 9.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy. And landing burn shutdown.
We've heard a call out, landing legs deployed, then we heard landing shutdown. We don't have a very good picture, but we think we have a first stage on the drone ship. Meanwhile, second stage continues to burn, coming up on 8 minutes into flight. We'll get second stage engine shutdown in about half a minute, following which we'll enter a 43-minute coast.
Terminal guidance.
We've heard the call out, stage 2's in terminal guidance. That means we are now doing the math. You know, for those who've
Stage
done
2
the high
AFPS
guidance
has
math,
saved.
they know how we're guiding ourselves into the final orbit, and then we'll shut down the engine.
Seago.
We've heard the call out of SECO, and looking at
GNC confirms good orbit insertion.
the guidance plots we have in front of it, and we just
Loss
a good
of signal
one.
expected.
Second stage is right where we want it to be, and it also appears, although we were hoping to get a view
LOS
back
cook
from the drone
expected.
ship, that the first stage is on the drone ship, but there weren't any lights, so all we saw was the flicker of the engines as we shut down. Now on the fairing recovery attempt, there's no news to report right now. The fairings are slowly descending on parachutes. We are into a coast phase. This is going to last just over 40 minutes. We're going to come back with live commentary at T+ 50 minutes into the webcast, where we'll see the second burn of the upper stage and then the deployment of the 10 Iridium next Saturday.